Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, the Olympics are off to a very poor start, both in entertainment as well as television viewers. And I'm glad. You know, it just doesn't feel good, does it? It doesn't feel the same. The best example that I have anecdotally is my wife. My wife loves the Olympics. She watches the Olympics all the time. She has zero interest in these Olympics. Hasn't turned them on. Kind of shocked me. But it just doesn't have the same feel as it shouldn't. And then we have this whole, and I have a hard time pronouncing this word. I think it's UYGHUR, the UYGHUR people. Apparently they're holding like, 1 million of these folks in a concentration camps. I mean, and then they mock us by having one light the torch. I understand we haven't heard from them since. But China does all of these terrible, evil things, and yet we play footsie with them. We shouldn't. And then you have the sponsorships like Coca-Cola. Here's what it is. It's like the CEO of Nike says. He's just shameless. It's all about the market, the people, the money. It's what it's all about. And it's a shame. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I once liked Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I thought he was fresh, he was candid, but you know what? Somewhere along the line, he became woke too. And he attacked Rogan, then supported Rogan. Now he's changed his mind about Rogan. And when they always say, this is a learning moment for me, because the N-word surfaced. Well, it turns out that The Rock mocked the Chinese and others when he was a wrestler. What's that old, he without stones, he without sin throws the first stone. But it's just awful. And Rogan, thank goodness, has gotten a blessing from his boss, Spotify. It said, we're not canceling him. We're not canceling him. Good for them. But it's just off the charts. This scramble. And what's at stake here? It is the same thing that they did to Roger Ailes and Bill O'Reilly. One of the things that I like that I do is I keep track and I have lists so I don't forget things. We move on so quickly, we forget so much. The fact that they took out Bill O'Reilly and Roger Ailes helped lead to the election of Joe Biden. It did. It led to the election, and look at that repercussion. Then they try to take out Trump. Now they're trying to take out Rogan. Why? Why? Because they know Rogan hurts them. They want him out of the way. And this is the way they roll. Truckers. Once again, you've got the city of Ottawa saying they want to prosecute people who have given them fuel. Really? And then the GoFundMe to not give them their money. And now they're going to return the money to the donors. They were going to give it to charity. What? Who trusts GoFundMe anymore? Why does GoFundMe have to be political? They're supposed to be a service. It's just nonstop. Nonstop. Ukraine, are they going to go in? Are they not? I just saw this morning where a Russian general, he's probably dead now, spoke out against this invasion. And we sent 3,000 troops to Poland. What? And if he takes Ukraine, G's taking Taiwan. It's that simple. More police officers have been killed in this past year under Joe Biden's watch since 1995. Wow. Way to go, Joe. Now, I got to ask you this question. Think about all those, I think there was like 75. Think of all those cops who lost their lives. Do you remember any of their names? No. George Floyd's the martyr. The cops? No. Messed up world we live in. I have three straight. I got them up here, and I want to just talk about them. First, the Obamas. The Obamas, as they build their big mansion in Hawaii, and Brother Cool and his wife making all the money that they make. I thought about this. What have those two ever done to help the average Joe American, the poor American, the black American? They are all about using their fame to make money and have fun. All those parties they threw at the White House, bringing in the bands, the parties, dinners, and everything else. I have asked this question, show me one picture where Obama's sleeves were rolled up and he was in the hood. Can't find it. Then the Clintons. The Clintons and their foundation and everything else wasn't about helping out the average American or the average impoverished person. It's about money for them. They too, fame and glory. Now, Bill Clinton, I set my office up in Harlem, Bulldog. Bill Clinton did a little bit. You could tell that Bill Clinton showed some empathy for the average American, the little guy, the poor and impoverished. Hillary, what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then we got good old Lunch Pail Joe and his wife, and Hunter. Isn't it amazing? Same thing. What have they ever done or do for the average American or the poor American? Nothing. Look at Hunter Biden. Look at all that stuff, all that money. It's all about getting. And his life's a wreck. There's a tale for how to live your life, isn't it? His life's a wreck. Is Hunter playing Robin Hood, stealing from the Chinese and giving it to the poor? Hell no. He's taking from the Chinese to live his lifestyle and help his daddy out. It's sad. These three elite power couples, what could have been, should have been, and isn't, is sad. Blue Lives Matter. This kid had a face mask with the Blue Lives flag. His teacher said it was the new Confederate flag. I mean, this is where we are as a country. Cheney and Kissinger were sanctioned by the Republican Party. Yay. I mean, come on. These two are full-blown Democrats now. It's a joke. Did you hear what AOC said about capitalism? Capitalism is not a functional system that works for the United States. Full-blown socialism. That's what she wants. This is a huge story. Should have put it first. Our country is now at $30 trillion in debt. I remember it was just $1 trillion. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Do you know George Bush took us from 5 trillion to 10. And Obama took us from 10 to freaking 20. And we've just gone, woof, woof. I mean, it's scary. The only way, and my source is a former Treasury Secretary himself, James Baker, who says the only way we will pay this debt now is through inflated dollars. Inflated dollars. Jamar Chase, got thrown in this for sports, Rookie of the Year. Good for him. CNN's future. Apparently, one of the majority owners of CNN's ownership Discovery Channel has apparently made a few comments, and with Zucker going out, with Cuomo going out, they need to clean house. Maybe CNN can return to a straight-up news station. We'll see. Joe Biden has lifted the Iran nuclear sanctions. Good job, Joe. Good job. AVENATTI was found guilty. The jury was struggling a little bit, but he now faces 20 years, stealing $300,000 from Old Stormy. Those two people deserve each other. The Queen announced 70 years. 70 years as Queen. That's crazy. Congratulations to the Queen. Last but not least, I want to defend a local judge, Judge Ann Ruttle. Judge Ruttle is a very good judge. By the way, she's ruled against me at times, ruled in favor of me at times. She's the one that granted the restraining order against me for my brother. You know, bottom line is she's a good judge. And she had enough with this guy who was just, you know, giving her a hard time, playing the system. And what happens? She gets reprimanded. Reprimanded. Who cares? This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.